We are live. Hello, everybody. It's Rob the Replicator here. I just wanted to do a really quick video. I know I'm doing it when everyone's asleep, but I thought I'd get this out there anyway, and just talk to you about what I look for in an artist and what you can do as an artist to, make yourself more appealing to people looking for artists. So, you've all seen this super popular time, quality, cost graph that's been floating around since the dawn of time, and pick two because that's generally how it goes. So yeah, I mean that's pretty accurate. I think there's more to it than that, especially now for me. I think when I first started, it was time, speed, cost, and quality. And with art, I definitely think quality should be the number one focus. It's not, it won't be that for everybody. When you're first starting out, generally price is the most important thing because when you're starting out, you can't afford to pay for the best artist available. But if you're in that position where you have a bit of money to spend on an artist, it's definitely worth the investment because it's going to pay off in the long run. It's going to make it a lot easier to sell your book, for the rest of time, because that's essentially what you're doing. The better quality art you have in your book, the easier it is going to be selling it from now until the time you're not around any longer. We've got Darren. Thanks for popping in, mate. I don't know what time it is where you guys are, but I assume it's really late or really early. So, yeah, quality, speed, and price. Speed to me is not a huge deal because if you plan your project, effectively and efficiently, speed doesn't really come into the equation because you can plan that out ahead of time so that it's not an issue. So it really comes down to quality and price. One thing artists can do is have their rates listed, on their website, on their social media, and that's something that a lot of people don't do. But if you're looking for an artist, and like say I'm Richard C. Meyer and he's looking for an artist for the new Jawbreakers, for example, right? And he's looking through hundreds of artists. He might find 5 that are really good, but of those 5, he might not know their costs. And then once he finds out their costs, he might not be interested because they're too expensive, which is unlikely because it's Richard C. Meyer and he's making lots of money. But that's just an example. I would, if I was an artist, I'd put my rates up. You've got to measure yourself amongst your peers. Make sure that you're not charging too low a price or too high a price. It's a delicate balancing act, and it's something it's not easily done. But these are a couple of things that I think that all artists could pick up and add to their arsenal, and that's communication and reliability, and that's a huge one. Being able to tell the person that's hired you that it's going to sound silly, but this has happened in my life. I can't do this because of that. I need, X amount of time. I'm going to be late, is a huge deal. It's a really strange thing that people think that, being the bearer of bad news is going to make the person really upset with you. But it's actually the other way around. If you don't tell someone what's happening, it makes it so much harder on the creator or the person running the book because they can't make a plan. They can't work around it if they don't know what's happening. So please tell people about what's going on with your book, with your art. If you need more time, if something's wrong, if something's not working for you, try and be as open with your communication as possible. A really good example is Rob Willis. Rob's a really popular artist now, and I got him to do a cover for me for Replicator 3, links in the description, sign up. And he said to me, yeah, that's cool, man. These are what my rates are. It's going to take me 4 months. And you think, oh, that's terrible, man. 4 months to do a cover, but it's not like that. It's 4 months awesome, because now I know how long it's going to take. And if 4 months doesn't work for me, I can go, cool, thanks, Rob, for letting me know that timeline doesn't work for me. Let's hook up. We'll do something, down the track, because, I love your work. It's awesome. Yeah, so being open and honest with how long it takes you to do something and what your schedule like is another big one. A lot of people try and please you and think that they can do something and have the time to do something, but the reality of the situation is they don't have the time. So just be really open and honest with your timeline and what your schedule's like and what you can actually get done in that time frame. So that's another really, really big one. Here is another huge one, and this is honestly, it's going straight to the top of my list, and that's enjoyment with working with the person. So this is probably my list right now. Okay, so quality is number one for me. I want the best artists I can find that I can afford. Obviously, like if they're $1,000 a page, it's way out of my budget. But the best artists I can get for the money is number one, and enjoyment of working with them. And there's a lot of things that go into that enjoyment of working with them. It's these things I've written down here. Responsiveness to feedback. You don't want to. You feel like as much as you're paying someone to work on your comic, you want to feel that they're a part of it as well. That they're invested in the story, they're invested in the outcome. They want to do everything to make sure that the comic succeeds, right? And that's a huge deal, because it's such a simple thing that an artist can do, and that's be excited about the project and put their spin on it, come up with ideas and suggestions that they think will make the story better. I mean, if you as a creator don't want that, that's fine. You can just say, I want you to draw X, they'll draw X. But I think it's a massive hindrance. You've got people that have unreal potential and unreal artistic ideas, and to not tap into that, I think is not smart. But yeah, so if they're invested in the project, they're excited about the project, and they're responsive to feedback. Like if you say, I don't really like that, do you mind, can we try this instead? And they're like, no, dude, you only get one revision. That's how it is. That's just no fun for everyone. You want someone who's going to be like, no worries, yeah, that's cool, let's try that. And there's a balancing act with that as well. You don't want to be continually changing things on them. You want to try and not have that happen much at all. But when it needs to happen to improve the quality of the book, you need to have that person happy to make a change for you. You just can't push it too far. So yeah, that is some really, it sounds really simple, and I don't want to put like an arbitrary number on it, but let's just say I don't think 50% of artists do any of this here. All right, so more, maybe even possibly more. I've had artists that have just pure ghosted me, disappeared off the face of the earth, no communication, not telling me that they're going to be late. Like I said, we can plan around stuff if we know about it. If we don't know about it, we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Reliability, obviously, it's the same thing. Responsiveness to feedback. Man, it makes comics so hard if you feel like you're pulling teeth with an artist all the time. Like, can we do something here to make this look better, more impactful? And it's like, what's wrong with it? What do you exactly want me to do to make it look better? And like, I'm not an artist. I'm a comic book creator. I don't know how to say it eloquently, but it shouldn't be up to the creator in every situation to guide the artist specifically how to make something better than it previously was. All right. I mean, obviously we give you direction and an idea, but you guys are the artists. You are the true geniuses. So it's up to you to make the page shine. Yeah, so that's a few things. Improve your communication. Make sure you're reliable. Let people know if you're going to be late, if you need more time, if something's not working, if you've had a massive problem in your real life. Make sure you're responsive to feedback, and you're invested. You're excited about the project. And man, if you have all these three, I'm not concerned about this. All right, and it makes paying this much more pleasant on my side of things. So I hope that is helpful to some people, but it's just some things that are really important to me when looking for an artist. And just where do you find artists? That's another question I get a lot of the time, because I found Aaron Alfici, who's a big deal now, which is fantastic for him. And it's just looking, man. Honestly, I look at How to Draw Comics, the Facebook group, all the time. I look at artists. I make a note. I've got a spreadsheet that has heaps of different artists' names, and I'm just like, can he do something for me down the track? And hopefully he can, or she. So yeah, that is the video in its entirety. I hope that was helpful for some people. And yeah, I just want to start doing some more videos, because we're going to be kicking Replicator off the 15th of October. And, that's going to come quicker than you'd think. So there we go. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.